display. Alright, cool. So alright, cool. So we're live. What do we need? We need this. Copy. Edit. Edit. Link. Save. Cool. Alright, cool. What? Right, what are we doing? So um no sound. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I don't know what I said, no sound. What's good, everyone? What you lot saying? Hope you lot are okay. It's kind of chilly today, man. But yeah, I hope you lot are good. Getting ready for the New York session. It's repeating. Oh, okay, I know what that is. 1 second. Thank you for that, bro. Okay, should be good now. Let me know if it's still echoing. It should be okay now, but yeah. What's good, everyone? Hey, right. Looking at some trades today. We're gonna see what GU is saying. We're gonna see what Euro USD is saying too. I want to see if we can get up here and then potentially start selling from above. I want to see if we can push up one more time. See if we can push up one more time and we start selling. So I want to sell from above basically. But this will be a good area to potentially buy. So I'm looking at potentially buying this too. What news is there this afternoon? Got PMI, Fed Chair Powell speech. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. Alright, so what's good? What's good, everyone? Do I trade supply and demand? No, I don't trade supply and demand. I look for liquidity pools, but that's one part of the system I use. It's not the only part. So liquidity is definitely important, but it's more to do with a plethora of things. So the first thing is to do with is market structure, like where we are within the market structure, and then you start adding in liquidity to form your bias, and then you obviously want areas of interest that you want to see buy or sells form from. So it's not just liquidity. That's one thing, basically. That's only one part of it. So there's a couple things to it. Why this is a buy area is because we can see we got a lot of volume from this area again. So we've revisited the same level. So we are in an area we can see buys form. But also we want to be aware of where the selling pressure happened from as well. This could be a level where sales start to enter the market as well. So there's a few things to it. It's not just one confirmation. There's a few things. Oh, 1 second. Hopefully that's working. Oh, 1 sec. Why is that sticking? There we go. Someone said, "Can you make candles green and red, please?" No, I'm not changing my chart. Why would I do that? I'm not going to change my chart. I don't like red candles. That's hence why I changed them. The black candles are red candles, but I'm not going to change it back. No. You think the daily gap on you may get left alone? Yeah, it's possible, but it could still react from there. I understand what you're saying, but it could still react from there. So, I'm looking to buy, but if I do buy, I'm gonna take some profit here because it can react from there. So yeah, got you. Basically, just understanding price action. Yeah, price action is the main indicator if you want to potentially understand it that way. Yeah, it's the main indicator. The price tells you the likelihood of what's happening. So like one thing that people are not really aware of is like swing points. You get like swing points created. People don't really understand what that means as in terms of the direction of the chart. So they see a swing point, but they don't really understand what that basically. Let me just draw this 1 sec. Sorry. What it represents. Every time there's a swing point, you see that there's a big move to the downside, big move to the upside. You see swing point here. Sorry if you guys can see swing point made here, move to the downside. Swing point made here, move to the upside. So there's a lot of things in the price that you are able to read. You just need to really understand what it is that you're looking at, on a real level. So price is the best indicator, not even a big indicator. It's one of the best indicators. No, this is GBP USD. So EU is similar. This is Euro USD. Euro USD is similar in the sense of bullish, bullish reasons, bullish bias potentially. EU could drop one more time. It definitely could come down and maybe capture some liquidity one more time. But overall, the structure on EU is still bullish. It is still going higher. So for me, it's just where do we want to potentially buy from again to then take this upwards? Because I think EU is going to go to like 1.20 overall. But GU looks a bit better in terms of just, the price action looks a bit cleaner. Now, this is the dollar. This is the DXY. This is one of the reasons as well as to why we are potentially looking to short-term buy the majors, right? So we're here, and this is an area where the dollar can get weaker from. Now, what I've noticed with the dollar is there's two things that can happen. We can feel the remainder of some of this imbalance here, or we can start to show bullish strength on the dollar, which we're yet to see. We haven't really seen the dollar get stronger yet. So if the structure starts to get on board with getting stronger in this area, then we can start to see it maybe move higher. But nothing is showing the dollar in a bullish element currently. It's kind of just going sideways. If you think about it, it's kind of like in a mini range. So we want to see it kind of break out of this range, and then we can get more of an understanding of what's going on basically. So there's nothing to report with the dollar yet. It could come down, break out of the range to the lows. So if you put a box on it like this, it's kind of in a sideways motion. So when that happens, you know, you want to see it either go up or down outside of the range first, and then you can kind of then depict what is gonna follow from that. So there's nothing to report here. Oil, I'm looking to trade oil potentially as well. I think we can get some buys up to like back up to 63.80, 64 level, and then go from there. So yeah, there's a lot of potential opportunities today. We just need price to get back to certain areas. So I like oil potentially. Excuse me, if we can get a retracement. You like shorts on EU? Yeah, I understand why. I can understand the reasoning for that, for sure. But that's because the dollar's 50-50. You know, it's not giving you the clearest picture. That's probably why you're saying you like the shorts. So I get you. You're in longs from 35.58, biggest swing of my life. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm with that. I think the dollar can get weaker, so I'm with that temporarily. So yeah, I'm with that. Overall, the dollar is bearish. So yeah, I'm with you. I am with you on that. But what other pairs are you guys looking at today or throughout this week? What else is everyone thinking about? The most foundational principles in trading that you would tell your younger self. So one of the things I would tell myself from a principle perspective is to learn a strategy before you start trading live. Like, no, there's no negotiating about it. Like, you have to really understand your strategy before you start trading. Otherwise, you don't really know your reasons for getting in and out of trades. Um, so that's something that I came into trading without really understanding. You know, I was trading live too early. That's one thing that I would kind of look back on and say you should have done that. Or anyone that's getting into trading, don't be in a rush to go live. Everyone wants to make money. I understand you. Everyone wants to kind of become a trader, but you really need to understand, you know, what your hit rate is with your strategy, what your actual rules are. Are you able to follow the rules? Are you able to actually have the psychology to understand what your rules are on a trade to trade basis? Now, it sounds like it's easy. Trust me, it's not. It's not. So you really need to understand that and get that buckled down first. And then once you have the evidence to suggest that your strategy actually works, then you can trade. I don't think you should do it any other way. Basically, I think you should, get ready to commit to putting the time and the hours in, and then if you yield from it what you need to yield from it, then great. But if you need to fine tune and refine your strategy, and maybe even realize that the strategy you have you don't like it, you're always able to change strategy, but it's about making sure you have evidence to actually believe in the strategy, and that takes time, you know. Hardest part is the psyche. Yeah, the psychological element of trading is definitely the hardest part. Meaning it takes the most amount of effort to actually put right. Um, and a lot of that is due to, it could be anything that sparks it. You know, everyone has a different relationship with money. Some have good relationships with money, some have bad relationships with money. So it really depends, not solely on that, but how much you can see, you know, your psychological flaws in your trading from, you know, your past experience or your past handlings with money. You know, some people have can handle money well, some people can't handle money well. All of that reflects on the chart, you know. How long have I been with my current strategy? So 3 years now, bro. I've been with this strategy in terms of profit. Gold chart looks horrible. Let's check that. I don't trade gold, but I'll check it for you guys. No problem. Gold is not my thing. Why do you say it looks horrible? Just out of curiosity. Someone said they're in a swing for their life. Wait, hold on. They're in longs from 3.558. Yeah, that was low down, bro. 3.5. Yeah, that was a lot lower, bro. So you're still holding. That's a great trade. Um, so yeah, gold's made a new higher. To be honest, I reckon it's gonna hit $4,000 soon, but it's very very bullish. We might get a retracement at some point. That this is a daily chart on gold, so you can see we've kind of just continued higher, made new highs. Very shallow retracement. So gold looks like a very stern bullish price action. But, you know, with it making a new all-time high, maybe we get another pullback as such. Maybe it goes like this. Maybe it starts coming down, and then we start to see it do something along those lines. Because it's very, very high right now. I wouldn't necessarily buy it in regards to where it's at. I feel like we need to potentially see it come down, but it is overall bullish. So smaller time frame is very very sideways. You can see the movement here. There's nothing really going on in terms of you having to interact with this. You kind of just want to let it breathe and let the trade play out, and form what it needs to form for you to kind of interact with it. So gold doesn't look like there's any trade on it going into this afternoon right now, you know. So let's see. Hello, brother. I'm new to. I've been watching trading videos. I want to start. Yeah, okay. So, if you're a full beginner, bro, then definitely, again, think about learning the basics. Learn about like terminology, what certain things mean. You know, once you understand what terminology means, then you have the foundation to actually, you know, then start educating and learning a specific strategy. But learn the words, what certain things mean, what certain terms mean, you know, bullish, bearish. Um, Definitely start learning about market structure to begin with, reading price action. I can give you some tips on that, bro. This is currently gold. I'm coming off of this. Gold is not really looking like it's doing anything, to be honest with you. Right. So, what did someone say? Nasdaq. Yeah, I'll check that in a minute. What do you trade? Sometimes you got a full port and pray. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, bro. You gotta pray, yeah, for sure. I don't know about full port though. I wouldn't share that advice. How long does it take to at least get profitable in your opinion? It really depends. It depends on your strategy. It depends what you're learning. It depends how many hours you're putting into it. It depends, you know, on a lot of things. You know, if you're learning from a beginner, as a beginner, you know, you should look to be going into trading for a minimum of 6 months of learning. At least 6 months of learning. It's not gonna be. You're not gonna get it straight away. You're just not capable of getting it straight away. 6 months, even a year, really is still like pretty new to it. To be honest with you, if you think about like going to learn, like a specific topic, like I don't know, maths or science, and you're trying to get the degree or whatever the certification is for it, it takes longer than that. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it takes you 2 3 years to really get it. So with trading, it's the same. Like it just takes time in the sense of really understanding what your strategy is, and then obviously what your actual confirmations are, and if you can see them time and time again. Don't expect to just learn it for a month, like figure it out in a month. It's not happening. It's not gonna happen. I don't care if you're in a rush to make money or you think about trading as a hobby. This is not a hobby, guys. Truthfully speaking, if you want real results, you gotta really put in some time. So the psychological part of trading is why it takes so long. Like you can learn a strategy within a 2 3 month period, but the psychology that comes with it when you're trading live is the part that takes the most time. That's what takes the most time. I see a 15-minute uptrend. See all the FFGs where it should. Wait. See the all Where should I wait to retrace and enter? Should it be recent? Again, bro, a 15-minute uptrend, like, you shouldn't really be basing the trade off of a 15-minute uptrend, bro. It's too small of a time frame. You need to increase, in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion, you need to increase the time frames that you're analyzing the charts on. You shouldn't solely base your trade off of a 15-minute uptrend. Do you understand? You shouldn't solely base it off of that. It's not enough. The 15-minute time frame is very small, compared to the whole picture. So like the main time frames I use is the daily and the 4-hour. So this is a daily chart, right? So the daily chart shows me a lot more in terms of direction, like overall direction. It shows me a lot more in regards to where we are. So just basing it off of a 15-minute time frame, it's too small, bro. Do you understand? Where should I retrace? It's like, what if you're waiting on a retracement but you're going the wrong way? Do you understand what I mean? Like, you kind of need to analyze it a little bit deeper than that. I was watching what someone else said and they reinforced the same thing. Yeah, 100%, bro. So glad that resonated with you. Been funded twice with no payout. Been trading for 2 years now. So Z, it sounds like a psychological issue, bro. It sounds like there's something's in your way. Funded twice. Some people get funded, they get to the live, and then they blow the account. That's all psychology. What was different from you being funded to you now having the account? One of the issues I'll say off rip is the fact that you're in a rush to make money because you feel like you need the gratification now. And that's what burns a lot of traders who go on to try and get funded, is they think because they've got to that part of now trading live but they don't have nothing to show for it yet, they end up forcing trades that ain't there to try and get gratified and to try and make money. That's where you blow the account, bro. Because your risk management's gone out the window because you're in a rush now to try and make that money that you should have made during the what are stages called? The evaluation stages or whatever it is. You feel like, nah, that profit should be like, it's all to do with psychology, bro. All of it. So you need to get out of your head when you get to the live stage, because the market don't owe you anything. Just because you become funded don't mean anything. You prove that your strategy's good, but now you're in a rush. Every, new week is not the same. So those trades that you hit to even get the funded account, there's no guarantee you're going to see those trades again then the following week. Do you understand? So you have to really be patient and understand that there might be times where there is no trade for you, bro. That's probably the trick you might be missing. You might be just trying to force trades that are not really there. And yeah, that's just kind of one of the things that, unfortunately, you can learn from it, though. Like, it's not the end of the world to blow a funded account. It's not the end of the world to blow your account. Is it annoying? Of course. Like, no one wants to lose money at the end of the day. Of course it's annoying. But you're learning. That's part of the learning process. Sometimes you need the losses to actually get better from and to gain the experience from, So don't be disheartened. Go again, man. If you can do it once or you can do it twice, do it again. So just don't trip yourself up by thinking the market needs to pay me today. The market doesn't need to pay you today. It doesn't. Right, yeah, I'm not. Gold is bullish for the day. It should only be looking for buyers. 50-minute chart is where too. Yeah, but I just checked gold, bro. It's going sideways. So it's like, if it's going sideways, there's nothing for you to, you can just monitor it. There's nothing for you to do if it's going sideways, though. Do you understand? So the main thing is waiting, bro. Wait for it to show you something. Could you recommend some videos or books for trading? Yeah, so I've got a YouTube page, which is like, there's a lot of psychological stuff on there. A lot of, some technical analysis videos, but mainly psychological, just things that helped me overcome stumbling blocks, like things that I was really struggling with and how I got out of that. So definitely check out my YouTube page. I'll pin it in here. 1 second. So YouTube. Obviously subscribe if you can. That would help out my my journey. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, guys. So I started this back in April. That taking it seriously in April. So yeah, let me know if you guys can help me out there. How do I pin this comment? Oh, here we go. So that's my YouTube. There's a lot of videos on there. In terms of books, yeah, there are a few books as well. So what I would say is, what was a book? So The Disciplined Trader is a great book. Mark Douglas is the author. That book helped me out a lot. And it really teaches you how to be patient. That's why that's one of the best books I've read trading wise, because it teaches you that the market, you know, is gonna do what it's going to do with or without you. So it really teaches you to kind of wait and sit and learn how to sit on your hands and maybe wait for more confirmations. A lot of us struggle with that for whatever reason. Everyone's got different reasons why they struggle with things, but yeah, that one really teaches you the power of understanding no trade is actually a good trade some days. Bro, how do you pattern the psychology of trading? My trades bang, but even when I try win, I try take. Wait, what? My trades bang, but even when I win, I then try take ransom. Can you explain what you mean, bro? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh yeah, I did. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. N-A-I-N-S. Yeah, here we go. Sorry. Yeah, love for that, bro. I appreciate you. Ghost, what's happening? What's going on with US 30? I'll be real. US 30 just at all-time highs, man. Like, it's kind of in a little bit of a range as well, to be honest. Like, I don't really like the price action. I've left it alone since like maybe a week and a bit ago because I haven't really seen anything worthwhile. Like even yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, even yesterday, like it pushed up. So let me give you a rundown, guys, of US 30. I've left it alone. Like I haven't really enjoyed the price action. Last week's price action was a shambles. So if I put a box on here, right, you can see, right, it's really consolidating if you think about it. So if it's consolidating, it's just, this is a 4-hour chart on US 30. So now this is a 1-hour chart. So you can see, you know, a lot of sideways motion, took out the top and then we came back down. And then yesterday we pushed down, we took out some of the lows of the range. And then we moved to the upside and we took out the highs of the range. But it hasn't really taken out any of the lows. So it's just like, all right, cool. So far, it's just going to continue higher, no problem. But I actually want to see a sell start to develop to take out the bottom of this range because it kind of just got left alone. So, yeah, I just haven't really seen any good trades for US 30, to be honest. I want to see us potentially form a sell so that we can start to you know, take out the lows of the range. This would be a good area, in my opinion, for us to buy from as well. Let me just clone this. So in and around here is where I would look to potentially buy this again if we come down, if and when we come down. But it's just, yeah, it's just kind of just pushed out and kept going. So I haven't really traded it last week because it was just sideways. I felt like the price action was nasty. It's still very bullish for sure, but I'm looking for it to give us a retracement of some sort, you know? So nothing super with US 30 right now, if I'm being real. I ain't really rating it. I've left it alone. What is going on here? Sorry. this here on chart. Right. Any advice on how to backtest properly? How far down does it go? Yeah, I'm not sure how far down US30 goes, bro. Any advice on how to backtest? Yeah, so number one, journal all your trades, yeah? So in terms of backtesting, firstly, I'm presuming you have a strategy. Otherwise, what are you backtesting, right? So if you have a strategy, then you need to be kind of demo trading the strategy, okay? Get on a demo account if you have it. Demo trade the strategy. Now, what you're looking for is obviously the pair that you're trading, your reasons for the trade, whether it was a buy or sell, the time you took the trade, the time you entered the trade, and if it was a win or loss, right? But then you need to then, with that information and with that data, you need to have ideally, you need to have about 2 months worth of that data where you're just trading your setup or trading the confirmations, right? And then when you because if in hindsight, it's all good backtesting in hindsight, but unless you're backtesting the things that you're looking for when the market is live, then it's like it's all good saying I would have took this trade, or yeah, I could have bought it here, or I could have sold it here. But when it's live, are those the same things that you would have been looking for? Do you understand? So it's really about getting comfortable and getting familiar with your strategy and getting familiar with your trading plan, like what you're going to use for each time you're going to enter the trade. That's how I would backtest, truthfully speaking. It's going up non-stop. What the hell? Yeah, but it's US30. It's bullish, bro. Yo, man, what's more important, the psyche or the system? That's a very good question. I would say, what's more important, a psyche or a system backed by data? So, psychology is more important. The system is important. Like, you still need to know how to trade. Yeah, you need to know what it is that your strategy is. So, the system is important. I would say it's about 60-40. It's 60% psychology though, and then it's 40% the system. So without the psychology, you're not going to be able to hold on to trades long enough. You're not going to know when to kind of cut trades that are not going in your favor quick enough. You're not going to know where to actually exit the trade, right? Like where your take profit is. All of the psychological things that come with it. Closing out trades too early and then they go on to run to where you thought it was going to go to. All of those things, the psychology is more important. The psychology is what helps you in terms of holding on to trades for as long as you need to hold on to them. You know, don't be in a rush to kind of see trades play out in an hour or two. Understand that it might take 8 hours. It might take 12 hours. It might take an overnight. You got to hold your position. So there's a lot of things that come with psychology that gives you, once you have the psychological aspect bolted down, it gives you the confidence and the belief more so in your system. Do you understand? Like you'll understand your system better. Even when you take a loss, you'll be like, I still believe in the system. So the psychology is important, more important than the strategy. But you still have to trade in regards to back testing the strategy and forming a belief as well. So back testing is just as important. So yeah, price action is nasty, horrible, horrendous. Yeah. Jerome Powell speaking. Not sure what he's gonna do. What strategy do you recommend? So Joe, if you want my honest opinion, bro, there's no right or wrong way to trade. It's really about, again, what is the hit rate? What is your win ratio? How often can you see your confirmations? And in terms of play and executing on those confirmations time and time again. There's no right way or wrong way to trade. I'm not one of those people that say the way I trade is the only way to trade. It's not true. People trade basic stuff, trend lines, people trade support and resistance, people trade supply and demand, people trade smart money concepts, people trade with indicators like RSI or whatever. There's no right way to look at the market. It's really about what are the things I'm looking for in the market, and when those things appear, can I execute on them? That's basically what you're doing. What chart do I trade? So I trade GBP USD, I trade US oil. Again, I do trade US 30, but I haven't been trading it, so it's mainly those two. Um, Greetings. Nah, come out of here, man. Don't be coming in here talking about making it like, what is this? What about yourself? What are you trading right now? I also trade Euro USD as well, time to time. Bro, you're in your mum's attic. You don't know what you're doing, G. Chill. First of all, I'm in my apartment building. I do not live with my parents. I'm a grown man, bro. Respectfully. Am I funded or personal? I trade my own account. I trade my own funds. What sessions do you trade? London and New York. Only gold. Yeah, nah. Gold is. Good luck with that, man. Gold ain't for me. This is GU, so this is Euro USD. This is US oil. I'm just kind of waiting on the dollar, to be honest with you today. The dollar ain't really. It's not the thing, man. Nah, don't say that. Gold's a mad. Listen, gold moves. Gold does its thing, but it's a whirlwind, man. I gave up gold in 2021. Stopped trading that a long, long time ago. Imagine when I came into it, that's the chart I first went with and never looked back. Yeah, a lot of traders do that. I don't really understand it. Gold, learning to trade on gold is a madness, honestly. Because it's hard to get, it's hard to familiarize yourself with that level of volatility. It's hard. It's hard to get used to that as a beginner. Do you know what I mean? How much profit have I made since I began? I've made over six figures, probably like 150k. But it took me 3 years to do that. I've been trading 6 years. The first 3 years, I didn't make any money, bro. Do you understand? I started in 2019. I was still working at the time, but when I was learning, yeah, it took me a while. Gold pays me too much. She's my main pair, supply and demand. No, I feel you. Listen, I got nothing against gold. It's just not a pair that is for me. I've just, 2021, when I went through my results for the year, my biggest losses were on gold. My most frequent amount of losses was on gold. So I was like, this is not a pair for me. You got to kind of be in sync with what works for you. And, you know, gold just doesn't work for me. I see other people killing it. I see people doing their thing. Great. Like, I hear it, man. It's not for me. I buy gold at 85, hold or close. What's 85 though? You mean the price? That's not. What do you mean by 85? I'm baffled. Um, you know what? I agree. That made me, and it taught me so much. Yeah, I bet it taught you so much. Trust me, it taught me a lot as well. It taught me to leave it alone. That's what it taught me. What are some mistakes you made that I should avoid? So again, number one, don't mix strategies. If you're a beginner and you're learning strategies, don't learn one strategy, learn another strategy, and then take bits and bobs from other strategies and try to merge it together. That doesn't work. Learn one strategy and then backtest one strategy, one way of trading. Then go into another way, right? But don't try and mix and blend and think you're going to come up with some ultimate strategy. It's not going to work. Okay? So, another thing would be to don't rush trading live too early. Don't take signals. Do not take signals. If you're trying to learn how to trade, do not take signals because it's going to kill you. You're not going to understand why the person is taking the trade, and then you're going to be like baffled as to why. Not baffled, but you're going to be upset you're taking a loss, and then you're learning as well. Don't take signals, bro. Like, just try and learn it yourself. Do you get it? Those are some of the, you know, the entry level mistakes I would say to cut out. But just believe in yourself. Trust yourself. Trust what you see on the chart. You know, intuition is a real thing. Sometimes your biggest wins come from experience in terms of, oh, I've seen this picture before. It's you know, your body picks up on things. So like, believe in your strategy. Don't close a trade too early, or, you know, it's not doing what it's not moved from my area, or it's taking too long in this area. The trade can take as long as it is. Like, all of these things, these are just psychological things that you have to overcome. So don't be, you know, let it do its thing. What do you trade? GBP USD, US oil, and US 30. I trade Euro USD as well sometimes. So this is GBP USD. As you can see, we're kind of just sideways. I'm waiting for us to kind of break out. Yeah, waiting for us to break out basically, but nothing yet. 80% of the goal. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. What's your approach for US oil? So it's all price action based. So there's two things, right? So let me give you Blaze. Let me give you a rundown. Yeah. So overall, we can see US oil has come down very heavily. Okay. Let me get this whole picture in for you. Sorry. Here we go. US oil has come down very heavily. So this was when, again, I don't know if you guys are in tune with like the fundamentals. You had, who was it? Israel and Iran. They had the airstrikes going on. They was doing like airstrikes back and forth. That shot the price up, and then it got de-escalated, and then the price came back down. So we're clearly in a bear trend. Like, we're coming down since then. Okay. Now, since coming down since then, this is a key area where the buyers really started entering the market. So as we're in this area again, we could potentially see buyers enter the market again, but we have. Even though the market has been met with further downside action, right? It's now also entered a little bit of a range. So this is a daily picture. This is now the 4-hour picture. If we get a box, this is what I want you to do, because a lot of people, they don't know when something's consolidating, and they trade consolidation. Consolidation is not the best conditions to trade. If you're not aware of that, it's not the best conditions to trade. So it's going sideways on the 4-hour. In my opinion, I think we're going to go up, right? We could potentially take out the top of this range, potentially, or we could come to this level here and we could start to break down from here, and then we could go for the bottom of the range. That's what I think. So right now, I don't have an actual trade just yet. I want to see us either continue up, okay, to this level. If this level doesn't hold, then I want us to continue up to this level, capture the highs of the range, and then we can start to look for sells to come all the way back down to the bottom of the range. That's what I'm looking for, bro. So hopefully simple analysis, you know, a simple plan on what I want to see. Hopefully, you know, you guys understand that. A new swing, yeah. I'm not against holding the trade for a few days, bro. I'm not against it at all. You know, if you understand that the time frame that you're looking at the setup on, maybe, you know, this is a daily time frame. If you understand that the setup belongs to a bigger time frame, you don't mind holding on to the trade because it's a bigger time frame. I'm not a scalper. I'm not in and out of trades. I'm not taking 20 trades a day and all of this stuff. No disrespect to those that are doing it. In my opinion, there's no longevity in scalping. It's just very frustrating because you're making so many decisions. Yeah, I'd rather miss the setup than scalp for a day. Do you understand? I'd rather wait for the setup to come to me than scalp. Scalping is too many decisions being made in quick succession. Now, with something like gold, you might have to scalp because gold, again, the volatility, it moves a lot. So you might have to scalp. So that's one of the reasons why I don't trade gold as well. is, yes, overall it's going to go in a trending direction. Sometimes though, you could be up 100 pips, it comes back 100 pips. I don't really want to be a part of that. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not really trying to be a part of it. It's too many. You have to think too often. I'm trying to get an entry on like a bigger time frame, and then we can start to then be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, this is what it's doing, or this, forming a real understanding. That's what I would say. It's Nasdaq. Alright, so yeah, someone asked me for the Nasdaq. I will check the Nasdaq for you guys. Where's my indices list? So the Nas. I mean, the Nas is doing nothing, bro. What do you want? There's nothing to analyze here whatsoever. This is terrible price action. Again, if you're ever in doubt about what direction the market is moving in, yeah, if you can draw a box on it, it's going nowhere. Do you understand? If you've got, over 10 candles, you're saying for 10 hours it's gone nowhere. Or more, 10 plus hours, right? There's nothing to analyze. I wouldn't even look at this trade. I wouldn't even look at this pair right now. This is the Nasdaq, yeah? It's doing nothing. You want it to either break out the bottom of the range or break out the top of the range and then monitor it. There is no point sitting there watching this. I would not trade this personally, because there's nothing happening inside here that you need to be a part of. Trust me, this is not good. So leave it alone. Put an alert at the bottom of the range is what I would do. I would set an alert at the bottom, set an alert at the top. Let me know once which direction gets taken out, and then I'd start to think about what's going on. That's what I would do. I wouldn't be watching it though. There's nothing to watch. The Nasdaq is trash right now. The price action is trash. So that's my take on it. US 30, again, price action not really doing anything. Price action's made a new, taking out the higher the range, but now it's just stalling. There's nothing really to monitor. So I'd leave it alone, personally. Hope that makes sense. Hey, brother, scalping while trading the continuations helped me so much. Yeah, each to their own. It's not for me. No, I don't scalp at all. I'll show you some of my catches when we get a chance. Yeah, no problem. No problem. What are some things I must know even before putting real money into trading? It's a loaded question, bro. I mean, again, just having a belief in your strategy is the main thing. There's nothing really you need to know. It's just having a belief in which pairs you like to trade, which pairs your strategy works well with. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Well done, bro. You in gold since last week, past your 10K. Nah, don't wish you're live, bro. You're live now. I don't trade gold, no. But you're live now. Don't, you're thinking wrong. Don't think you wish you had a live. It's coming. Just be prepared, bro. Your opportunity is coming. You just gotta wait on them, But no, I don't get into it. Don't get into it. Which pair are you talking about? I'm not sure. I've been investing long term. How much capital would you suggest before getting into day trading? So again, good question. What I would say to that is mainly based on everyone's situation is different. So there's no right or wrong answer. It depends on everyone's circumstances. Not everyone's gonna have the same, right? Some people are gonna have more money to invest, some people are going to have less money to invest. So in my opinion, it's just about understanding what you can afford to basically commit to putting into a trading account. Um, and obviously the time element of learning the strategy. So the main thing is, bro, is investing in your strategy first, investing in your education first. Don't think about putting money in a trading account. You want to learn first. Yeah, learning is more important than just how much money can I put in an account. It's not as simple as that, bro. So that's what I would suggest that you do, bro, is kind of understand what your strategy is and then think about, you know, going into putting money in an account. Don't do it the opposite way because you're just gonna lose money. So if you can sit and watch a market for an hour before doing anything, you're better off than 80%. Yeah, 100%. Even if you could sit for 4 hours sometimes and not do nothing. Um, yeah, just say even a 4 hour, truthfully. But yeah, let's have a look at the dollar. I think the dollar is breaking down. I'm waiting on this news though for the dollar because I don't know if we're gonna spike potentially. Hopefully not, but it's possible. Yeah, I feel like the dollar's gonna head lower, which is what I want to see. So, uh, what time is the news hitting? Good question. So the news is in 50 minutes basically. But then Chairman Powell was speaking at 5:30 GMT time. So he could also do something to the markets. So let's see. Yeah, very strange time for the news, definitely. Not the PMI, but the Powell speech, yeah, for sure. So let's see what he does, man. You know he's gonna jam up the market when he can. That's what he's that's what he's about. Waiting on the OB retest for new highs. What are you talking about? The dollar. Which pair are you talking about, bro? Oh, ES. Okay, fair. Is 20% in 3 months good enough? Would it be greedy if I was after more regarding long term, of course? 20% in 3 months is good. Um, you mean from an investment perspective or trading? What's the question? Yeah, 20% in 3 months is good. That means in 1 quarter you grew your money 20%. You know, depending on how much money you invested, the 20% is going to be different, right? But it's still 20%. So it really depends on how much money you put into it. Do you know, if you can invest in something and you get 100% return, like come on, that's a great return. Do you know what I mean? You've doubled your money. So any investment that allows you to kind of grow your money without actually doing much in terms of just letting it sit, 20% is good, bro. For 3 months is, you know, let's say 6 months and it grows again. So it really depends. Like it really depends. I'm up 2 bags currently, 9 years old. Deciding it's time to get my head down. So don't worry about the total right now, bro. Just keep investing your money. You know, as and when you've got more money coming in, just keep adding to your investments, and that way the 20% means more because it's a different figure. But you know, it's not about 2 bags or it's 20%, bro. Just look at it as 20%. The moment you start thinking about the how much money it is like it can throw you off of what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, GU, I want to see GU go up. Trying to see some longs. Some longs would be great, but when you see the dollar as well, man, he needs to make up his mind. True, I really need to separate percentages from the amount of money. Yeah, once I start focus on percentage. Yeah, so definitely percentage. Listen, maths is maths. It doesn't matter how you want to dress it up. Like, people that talk in numbers is great, but I think in terms of understanding, what you're risking, if you put it in a perspective of percentages, it makes it a lot more digestible, is what I would say. Like, if you say you're risking X amount, right? Sometimes that number can throw you off. But if you realize how much of a percentage it is of your actual account, it's a bit more bearable, Psychologically, what I'm saying. It's a bit more bearable psychologically. So, we got a new 4-hour candle. What are we going to do is the question. Imagine, first ever funded, made 5K in 5 days. On the 6th day, lost it all. Greedy, bro. Greedy. Pushing it. You're just going too much. You're doing too much. No 2 trading days are the same. And again, when you're on a win streak, yeah, it gets you into that. Being on a win streak is actually like, it can be detrimental as well, because you start to forget what losing feels like, and then you think like the market is just, I've beaten the market, and it's like, nah, that market's coming back at one point. Like, I had a student, and he was trading a 25K account, and no lie, he made 90 grand on his account, yeah. So he's up over 100K, yeah. But he was risking more than he should have been. But again, it's worked in your favor. Like, you've pushed it. He blew the whole account like 2 weeks later. Even the money he started with, he blew the whole thing. And I said to him, "What was you doing?" And when he showed me the trades, I was like, "Bro, these are shit trades. I don't know why you done that." But again, because he was in that win streak, he thought like this couldn't happen. And he was surprised when it happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, you gotta understand, like, I said to him, withdraw the money and then just go again. Like, withdraw your profit, start the account again. He's like, yeah, when I get to this number, I'm gonna do that. That's if you get to that number. It's not when you get to that number, if you get to that number. You don't know what's gonna happen. Do you understand? There's no 2 same days in the market. Whatever trade you took which banged for you yesterday might not hit tomorrow. Do you understand? You are going to lose a trade, bro. Don't think you're not. It's going to happen. I made 35 bags on 400K. Lost it all, then blew the account. Yeah, bro. It's just, that's a madness, bro. Damn near strung myself. Yeah, you gotta just, give the markets the respect they deserve, man. It's not that easy to pull money out of the market, and when you go on that win streak, it can definitely get to your head. It can definitely get to your head. The hot hand fallacy, yeah. In fact, no trader wins 100%, but you don't even need 100%. Bro, you can lose half your trades, yeah, and still be profitable. I promise you. You can have a 50% win rate and still be profitable. Like, good profit. Do you get it? I've seen people with less than that, and they still. Do you want to know why? Because the trades that they're taking is not a one-to-one risk to reward. Like the trades they're looking at might be a 4-1, 4-1s, 5-1. So it don't matter if you lose half your trades. Do you understand? It doesn't matter. Don't win ratio is actually a pointless statistic. You know, it's more about your risk to reward in the trades that you do win. Do you get it? If you have a trade and the risk to reward is good and it wins, that's gonna do more for you than, oh yeah, I take, you know, my win percentage is 80%. But what's the risk to reward on those trades? That's the more important question. You know, how much did you risk in order to make the money? Do you get it? That's when you know your strategy is good. Most of my trades are 3-4. Yes, I mean I'll do a 2-1 to be honest, but 3-1 is great. Do you know what I mean? And above, 3-1 and above is great, but 2-1 is good enough. 2-1 is good enough. Like, I just started learning how long do you reckon it takes to become profitable. So everyone learns at their own pace, bro. There's no real you can't really put a timer on it. You can't really put like a, yeah, it's hard to say, bro. I can't really give you advice on how long does it take. Everyone learns at their own pace, and it also depends on the strategy too. What do you think about Apple calls? So those are stocks, bro. I don't actually trade stocks, you know. Sorry, I don't trade the stock market. In simple terms, they can lose about half, but when they win, they win. Yeah, exactly. So you're going to lose, but if you can minimize your losses and then wait on good trades, basically, stop taking, like, if you've got, you know, a trade that gives you a great potential to actually, you know, see like 100+ pips, yeah, those are the trades that are worth waiting for. They're not necessarily available every day. That's another thing where people go wrong. Those trades where it's 100+ pips might not happen every day. And that's where people can't, you know, the discernment needs to be applied where you can actually understand, okay, this trade might not be worth taking. I'm going to wait on it to get, you know, I'm going to wait for the market to get to this area. And those type of things. And that comes with experience. It's hard to teach that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to experience it, but the longer you have skin in the game, the more you start to realize what the market does regularly. Do you know what I mean? So again, when the market consolidates, like, just understand it's consolidating. You know? Really understand it's consolidating. That way you're not baffled. So that would be my advice, to be honest. But yeah, it's hard to teach. You can't teach experience, like, in terms of like show someone how something's going to go. Like, you kind of have to experience it yourself to remember it and you know, feel it for the next time. Like, it's hard to teach that stuff. It's difficult to teach that stuff. But, you know, having faith in your strategy is the best thing. You don't really need anyone else's opinion on things, man. Sometimes your best voice is all you know, your inner voice is all you need. Your inner voice is all you need. Yeah, US30 is looking dud. Alright, so Euro USD waiting on a continuation, really. Yeah, man. I feel like the dollar's gonna go lower, so just waiting on this to continue, man. Okay, what does that do? No, this isn't gold. Gold's not doing anything right now. What does simple sessions do, bro? Explain. I'll check it out, but just give me a brief explanation. Simple sessions. What's the who's like the host of that? If that makes any sense to you. Wait, so what's happened to my screen? One second, guys. Something's happened. Hold on. Yeah, what is it? Fifth. Breaks them into sections. Aaron, what's good, bro? Good to see you, man. Hope you're blessed. The trade floor host name. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check it out for sure. Do I use Fibonacci? I use Fibonacci sometimes. I don't think it's needed for every trade, though. I'm not one of those people that use it for every trade. So I think Fibonacci is good, but you don't need it for every trade. Fibonacci is just retracements, basically. Like, you basically want to be, buying, buying from discounted prices. We're in a discounted price at the moment, right? And then on a bigger time frame, you want to be kind of selling premium price. Gold, sell, then buy. No idea, bro. Once you see UK tap into the Asia low, yeah. So definitely big on the Asian session being clapped out. Definitely big on that. I'll check it out though for sure. You can't see the pair. Which pair? What are you saying, bro? Sorry, you can't see what? You guys see the screen? We can't see what pair. I'm baffled, bro. You mean, I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying. Can't see the pair I'm trading. You guys keep mentioning NASDAQ here. This is the NASDAQ, bro. Right? This is the NASDAQ. There's nothing to even look at here, bro. It's disgusting. This is shit. Like, excuse my language, but you don't need to sit and watch this, bro. Leave this. US 30. I trade US 30. Nothing happening. Someone mentioned S&P. It's flat as fuck. There's nothing going on here, bro. So you want to see it break out. You want to see it do something else. And then potentially you want to buy it. right now, it's not. You ain't missing anything. Trust me, not missing nothing there. Sometimes you gotta just leave it alone. Like you're trying to trade or find a trade in a range. Why? For what? What for? Like this, there's not even no volume in here. It's dead. Yesterday it done its thing. Yesterday, cool. Sometimes you gotta wait for it, bro. Stop trying to force moves in a sideways movement, in a sideways like range. It just doesn't make sense, bro. When a pair's like this, just set an alert and come back. I promise you, you're not gonna miss nothing, bro. Obviously, you got the stock market in 15 minutes. You want to be aware for that, but this is bogus, bro. You don't really want to be sitting here. Like, I can't even see that's far. That's what I'm trying to say. Bro, what are you watching this on? Is your screen like, you got like a small screen or something? Because I can see my window. I can see what it looks like in my window. So what do you mean it's far? I'm baffled, bro. Anyway, there's nothing to see here anyway, bro. Truthfully, like, there's nothing going on here. Like, leave it alone, man. Ain't nothing going on, bro. So we're waiting on the dollar to do something, basically. That's the latest. But, you know, 30 minutes until the news, 15 minutes to the stock open. If you're trading the NAS or US 30, or wait for that. Just wait till like Wednesday or Thursday. So like, no, I'm not gonna say you know, don't wish the week away or wish the days away. A lot of the day is yet to occur. So I wouldn't say wait till Wednesday or Thursday. Something can happen this afternoon. We just need to see evidence of it first. There's no evidence right now. Everything, ES is sideways, NASDAQ is sideways, US 30, it broke out the top of the range and the volume is dead. So all of those pairs, you need more data to kind of make a speculation on what's going to happen next. The dollar is currently going nowhere as well, because of the news. So we want to see something, you know. I would prefer it to come down. It could go up first and then come down, but let's see. It could come down to here and then get bullish too. That's also a possibility. So we just need evidence first. Let the market present what it's going to present, and then we can speculate then. Okay? But a lot of people, you know, I've been doing these lives for a minute. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. But I do get a familiar, you know, question where it's like, what are you trading? This is the dollar. I'm just looking at the DXY, so the dollar index. A lot of people ask me, oh, what trades today? What are you trading today? And it's like, sometimes I'm in a trade, some days I'm not in a trade. And the main reason for that is I don't get on live to let you guys trade with me. Like, that's not really what I want you guys to understand. It's more education. It's more, you know, realizing that you don't have to be in the trade every day. Do you know what I mean? These are things that I had to learn, whereas like only until I went through the process of trading every day, making all of these mistakes and doing all of that stuff, do you realize that actually that's not a good formula. Trading every day isn't a good formula for success. Like, if you want to be long-term success, you shouldn't trade every day. Your strategy shouldn't permit you to trade every day. That's the realist. If you have a strategy that permits you to trade every day, then I don't know what that is. That's like a universal strategy then. Do you know what I mean? Just because the market moves doesn't mean you need to be in the trade. Sometimes you gotta wait. Sometimes you have to wait. The market is going to move, yes, but does it match the confirmations you like to see in order to enter? That's another thing. Because anyone can get lucky in a trade because it's moving. Do you understand? But does it match the criteria that you're in the market for? So sometimes I do these lives. I like talking with you guys. It's great to interact with you guys. But you know, it's not the be all and the end all in regards to being in the trade every day. It's just, that's not what I'm in it for. That doesn't work. I've done all of that. It doesn't work. Trust me. Trigger happy. That's how you lose 5 bags in a day. Like, listen to my man right there. That's how you lose your account, because you're taking too many trades. Less is more. Quality over quantity. 100%. Scalp. That's why scalping, it's not the way, man. Bull flag forming on gold. Yeah, possibly, but the dollar's still not doing anything, bro. So I would wait. Excuse me. So, 10 minutes into the open. Yeah, if you guys haven't already as well, I've also got a free community where I share ideas with traders in terms of just what I'm looking at for the week. So if you want access to my free community, just message me privately, and I can send you the link to that. I can't send it in the chat because TikTok doesn't allow that. So if that's something you'd like, you're more than welcome to join. The more the merrier. Obviously, please be respectful. Also, if you want help with your psychology, just check out my YouTube videos. I've got a lot of psychological content on there, and it's not, generic stuff. This is just experiences that I had to learn, and you guys can also learn as well. So definitely check out my YouTube and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. What platform do you use to execute trades? So yeah, MetaTrader 5 is good. Obviously, if you got a brokerage, if you haven't got a brokerage, try and find maybe a FCA regulated one that you trust in, and it's got decent reviews. And then just link it with your MetaTrader, bro. TradingView is also good as well, but only specific brokers you can link to it. So yeah. MetaTrader, man. Just download a broker. Get with a brokerage. Alright, cool. Oh, excuse me. Temperature's dropped, man. It's getting too cold out here. I need to buy a soundbar as well. That's going to be my next purchase. I need a soundbar in this joint. It's time. I need to upgrade my audio. That's the next purchase for sure. So yeah, just waiting really, guys. Bit of a boring session today. Apologies. Can't force the market though. It'd be like that sometimes. I struggle picking my own lot sizes on MT5 based on my positions. Any advice? So number one, what is the size of your account? That's always the first question in order to work out your lot size. Number two, how big is your stop loss? How many pips is your stop loss? And number three is which instrument are you trading, because different lot sizes account for different pairs. There's an app you can download, actually. It's called, I use it sometimes. It's called Stinu. Obviously, I'm familiar. Stinu. Download Stinu. If you got like an Apple, Android, it's on there. It's like a blue logo with an S, white S. It's a position size calculator. It's really good. It's really accurate. And it will help you understand that, okay, if my account size is this, my stop loss is this amount. Let's say you want to risk 2% on a trade, it will work out and calculate for you what you should, what your lot size should be. But it should always be based on the account size, bro. Just for clarity. Always base it on account size. So what we trading here is it for? No, this is the dollar index. So waiting on the dollar, bro. Pick a unit you're comfortable risking and never ever change it. So yeah, but your unit size, your lot size should change if your account's getting bigger. Do you understand? Like if the account is bigger, your unit size should change because your risk is going to be the lot size should be bigger because your account can handle more. So that's always going to change. So it's not necessarily that. It's just understanding what that number is and being familiar with it, you know? Because once you grow it to, let's say you grow your account 10%, let's say you grow your account 20%, the same lot sizes you were using, you can increase them a little bit. It doesn't have to be the same. Yeah, the percentage will be the same. That's not what I'm saying, but that percentage doesn't mean the lot size is the same. It doesn't mean that. As you grow the account, the lot size will change. Because if you're increasing your account size, the lot size will change. I can't wait to get there. But yeah, guys, I normally go live on Tuesdays and Fridays. Is the gold market bullish? What could I do with 1,000? The gold market is bullish, but I wouldn't tell you to buy it right now. It's a very, you know, it is, Dan. You could buy it and then the market is bullish, but then it comes down and retraces. So it sounds like you don't have a strategy. So don't come into this with the mindset of, can I flip this money? Do you understand? Like, don't come into it with that mindset, bro. What you need to do is, if you're interested in trading, you need to learn a strategy, bro. It's just that real. Because otherwise, the mindset you have is, what can I do with $1,000? You're focused solely on the money element and the money aspect of things. And that is a disaster. It's a recipe for disaster, bro. There's so much more happening in the charts that you shouldn't even think like that. Truthfully, you shouldn't think like that. I'll be real, the new highs on ES are killing my SL. I'll move it to 2 pips. I'm risking 4. But, bro, just wait for a better trade, bro. The ES is a shambles. Paul Speller, keep your grand in your pocket. No, listen. In his shoes, yeah, save your money, bro. 100%. Save your money. But if you're interested in trading, learn a strategy. Like, learn it, bro. There's no shortcuts to this. As much as you might want one, there isn't any shortcuts to it. You have to go through and really analyze charts. You got to really want to analyze the charts. Otherwise, the attitude of, what can I do with $1,000? You will lose it, bro. Because you don't know what you're doing. Truthfully. So don't have it, you know. I hear you, bro. It's just trying to gauge, where can I get the best strategy? So there's no best, again, another thing. There's no best strategy. It's just repetition of a strategy. There isn't a best one. I really don't want to use the term best. The main reason I want to step away from that is because you can trade whatever you want to trade in terms of what you see on the market, but it's just making sure that you know what that is. So there's no best way to trade. I can point, if you message me privately, I can give you some, you know, some beginner stuff that you can go through, some modules. If any of you guys want that, again, just message me privately. I can send you that stuff. But just take your time, bro. Like, don't rush into things without a real understanding of what it is you're in the market for. Like, don't do that. There's no point doing that, bro. 50x leverage took me out. I'm not surprised, bro. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Patience is the biggest thing. Yeah. Patience is, like, knowing what you're seeing is also one of the biggest things. Knowing what you're trading is the biggest thing. So yeah, guys. I'm gonna be live back on Friday, same time, 1 p.m. I've got a YouTube video dropping on Wednesday, tomorrow evening. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, it's going to be a psychology vid. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you are on YouTube. a lot of content on there. There's 10-15 minute videos just regarding the what it takes to actually get your mind right and mistakes to avoid. All those type of videos are on my YouTube page. So follow me, subscribe, like my videos if they resonate, comment on them as well if they resonate, and I'll see you guys on the next live. Okay, so I appreciate you all for joining. Thank you. It's been fun interacting with you guys. I'll catch you on Friday. Peace, guys. Peace.